Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Tracy Gohrick Light, Hope and Healing. I'm Tracy Gohrick. I'm a healing coach, energy healer, spiritual mentor. I use all of that to help you find out what's going on with you, heal it, and keep you well. I work with you. So that being said, today's topic is friendships, relationships falling apart. What does that mean? So I've noticed more and more as we are all elevating, right? We're raising our vibrations, we're working ourselves. Energy's coming in to help us raise ourselves up, right? We're clearing stuff out. Friendships or relationships are falling away or falling apart, or somebody's leaving. And so I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about that because this might help you when that happens, understand it and be more at peace with it. Okay, so what happens is there's a few things that could be happening, right? One is either you or the other person has raised their vibrations up so much that the relationship can't continue the way it is because you're not at the same level. And so one or the other is irritating or grating, or both of you are grating on each other, right? And so that relationship tends to fall away. And it's meant to be that way, right? You just have to remember it's meant to be that way, okay? The other thing that could be happening is that soul contract you had for that relationship, even if it was a great relationship, has now finished. It's done what you had planned for it to do, and so you tend to fall away. Okay, so if you have been working on yourself or the other person, so remember, it could be either or you're both working on each other, but one is working on themselves, not working, or they're just at a different level. It's not about good or bad on any of this, right? It's just what it is and meant to be. And so that's what you need to keep in mind when and if relationships, friendships, whatever it is, even working, relationships fall away, is there's a reason for it. One or the other of you is at a different place, and it's just difficult for you to even connect like you did. I've seen relationships that the people are so close, and then all of a sudden it just falls apart. And there's not really a rhyme or reason to it necessarily. I mean, although you could look at it, you just started irritating each other. But why was that? You're just going in a different direction, you're at a different level. And so that's what you need to keep in mind rather than really getting upset with it, because when you start to get upset when things like that happen, it's affecting your health, right? That's how we're tying it back to your health. Everything that puts you in an anger, frustration, sadness, stress, it starts to affect your health if you sit in it too long, right? So I know it's hard because I've been there with friendships, relationships that were so close. You had such a great friendship, relationship, and then all of a sudden it's gone. It's very upsetting, right? And then you kind of feel alone because a lot of times a lot of people, like their close friendships like that, they don't have a ton of friends around that or relationships. And so when they lose that closeness, they feel very alone for a while, right? And that affects your health, right? So that's another thing that could be going on. You're at a point in your life where you need time to be alone, to look at yourself and heal yourself inside, okay? So when you lose these friendships, relationships, it's important to really look at what's going on inside of you. Where do you need to heal? What do you need to overcome? Okay? Not sit in like, oh, now I'm all alone. Oh, I lost this great friendship. Understand there'll be a time where you might feel alone, but you're never really alone, right? But you're going to feel alone, but then something else is going to come along that's going to be better for you in that moment. That doesn't mean that relationship was not good for you. It's just run its course. Either the soul contract, you finished what you guys were supposed to do and help each other out with, or one or the other of you is in just a different place. And so it just wasn't meant to be at that time. That doesn't mean maybe later you can't come back and be friends as you both raised up more. It doesn't mean it's over, right? But it's just over for that moment. and the soul lessons, the soul contracts have been played out enough, right? And it's time to just go on a different direction. And if you stayed, you have to remember, if you stayed in that relationship, you or the other person will be holding each other back, when this will help you both maybe flourish even more by that friendship being done or relationship being done. Okay? So just keep that in mind. So when you're working, on yourselves, which is always the case, we have these relationships that come in and you help each other out for a time being, but in the end, you're really working on yourself. So when these relationships, friendships end, it's important to really go within and heal what needs to be healed for you, right? And letting that relationship go. Let it go peacefully, right? So if a relationship or a friendship ends by either you or the other person, so this comment specifically going to be if the other person is leaving you, remember, it's possibly for a reason. Remember that old saying, if it's meant to be, let them go and they will come back to you if it's meant to be. That could include friendships, relationships, right? If it's meant to be, they will come back to you. But if it's not, and it's your guys' time to move on in different directions, they won't at that time, okay? So let them go peacefully. Let them go peacefully, right? Don't try to fight it. Don't try to explain yourself if there was an argument or just a misunderstanding, or you feel like they didn't understand what you were doing or saying. Let them go peacefully. And if it was meant to be, they will understand it and come back to you, right? But if it's not, they won't. And it's time for you to move on and heal and work on yourself, okay? So like one thing's like I've noticed myself, I've lost friendships. I've noticed, I'll go in my mind and I'll think, oh, but they didn't understand what I was saying. They got offended and hurt, but they didn't understand what I was really trying to do. You got to let it go rather than run that cycle in your mind, because maybe it would fix it if they truly understood, but maybe it wouldn't. And so you either gonna upset yourself more because they're still not going to understand, or you're going to maybe bring the relationship back for a little bit, but it was still meant to go on. So the point is to let it go peacefully without trying to fight for it. And if it's meant to be, you'll know, and the relationship will come back together. Whether it's a friendship or a relationship, right? Even though friendships are relationships. So any relationship, so put this to any relationship, whether it's a boyfriend, girlfriend, just a friendship with somebody where you're just really good friends. Because I've had friendships, fall apart, and obviously relationships fall apart. I didn't know this stuff because I've been married for 27 years or so. I didn't know all this back in the day, but I look back now and I can tell all those relationships I had served their purpose to that point. And I wasn't meant to be with those people. It was meant to move on and grow and learn, right? So just if these relationships fall apart, just let them go. And if it would be meant to be, it will come back. And remember, it's either a soul lesson, it's something you need to move on and heal from, or they need to move on and heal from. It's just allowing what happens in your life. And we always fall back into, when you're in peace, with regardless about what's going on in your life, when you're in peace, that's when you're in alignment, and that's when you're going to grow and move forward. When you move out and heal, right? When you move out of that peace, you're not growing, you're not moving forward, and you're actually hindering yourself and even causing health issues possibly, right? And so this ties into all of the reasons that you could have pain, illness, right? Sickness, stress, anxiety this would be a part of that. And you want to keep doing things in your life that keeps you more in the peace, it keeps you more in alignment, and keeps you more moving in healing, okay? So that's why you really want to pay attention to these things, because you may notice it's more and more happening, even though it's probably happened your whole life, but now you can really see it and understand it the more we are awakening and understanding, well, truly what we're here for. And that's just to grow, overcome, and heal ourselves and our ancestors, you know? So we're able to see that more and more, and pay attention. You might really start to notice how much more of understanding you have for this life and what it is for you and what you're here for, right? It's about learning, and it's about keeping yourself at peace in this crazy world where we were kind of taught not to really pay attention to that, right? So pay attention to where your peace is. And if the relationships are falling apart, let them go. Really, just let them go. It doesn't mean it might come back, but just let it go and see what happens and be at peace with it. And if you had a part in that relationship ending, look at it, Look at where you're at and what you need to do to continue to grow and heal from it and move on, okay? So I wanted to talk about this because I noticed a lot of relationships falling apart, because a lot of people are moving really quickly on the healing path and, raising up path, and some are kind of still just stuck. And just know it's not right or wrong for either one, right? You could be the one that's kind of stuck, but this was meant to happen to kind of break you through it and force you to look at things that maybe you wouldn't have looked if you had the friendship relationship still there. Okay? So that's what I've got for today. I hope this helped you in some way. If you feel like you need more, I have a membership. It's $9.99 a month. We meet twice a month on Tuesdays where I have topics, or you guys give me topics, or I answer questions. And on Wednesdays, you post what you want healing sent to, and I send you healing. And on Mondays, I do a message for the group. That's a channeled message that's just for you guys. And also we have the Facebook group where you can post, what you're going through, get help and support from everybody in the group, because everybody's going through the same thing as you. And I'm also in there to help give support. So it's great to have the accountability, and that's what this group is for, is to give the accountability so you can help each other out, because these videos are great. They give you all the advice, but sometimes you forget all the things that you can do to help pull yourself out from the spiraling down into the stress, anger, frustration, and illness. Okay, so that's what this group does, is help you remember all the things you can do. Plus you get healing in there. It's great. It's a great group in there, and we'd love to have you if you feel you need more accountability. So that's what I've got for today. So let's get ready for the healing meditation. If you're driving or using heavy equipment, stop the video now and come back when you're done driving using heavy equipment and watch the healing meditation, because it can be pretty intense and can, make you feel lightheaded and stuff. So you don't want to be doing that while you're driving or using heavy equipment. All right, go ahead and close your eyes. I want you to take a deep breath in, hold it, and exhale. Another deep breath in, hold it, and this time on the exhale, relax your whole body. I want you to imagine a violet flame now below your feet, coming up and around and through your whole body. It's cleansing, clearing, and purifying everything. One last deep breath in, hold it, and this time on the exhale, release everything that's no longer serving you into that violet flame that's around you. We're going to leave that violet flame there for the healing. I want you to imagine gold light coming down from God's source, gets to the top of your energy. It splits apart there and goes all the way around to below your feet. So you're in the middle of this gold bubble of protection. Now again, I want you to imagine gold light coming down from God's source, whatever your belief is, into the top of your head. It's going down to your heart. That gold light's going to fill up your heart, and I want you to open your heart up because it tends to be shut down from traumas. And I want you to send gold light to those that have hurt you. Now, this is important because you're doing this for you, not them per se. It's for you to heal the situation. So send gold light now to those that have hurt you. It doesn't mean you need to hang around them, be around them, anything. It's to heal the situation. And you'll be amazed how this can help you heal. All right, when you feel that's done, now I want you to add sending gold light to those you have harmed. And if you can't think of anybody, put it with the intention that it goes to those that you have harmed. Because we all consciously and sometimes unconsciously hurt people. And I know a lot of us, it's not on purpose, but we do it because we're human and we do it. So go ahead and send gold light now to those that you have harmed. Okay, now add sending gold light to all of your family. We're just putting it out there with the intention that if they want it, it's there for them, because this can help them, humanity. But you just put it there for them so they can grasp at it. You're not forcing it on them, you're just putting it right there near them. So send it to your family. Now go ahead and add sending it to everyone in your city. Now add sending it to everyone in your state. And now add sending it to everyone in your country. And now add it, sending it to everyone around the world. All right, when you feel that's done, bring the gold light back into your heart. Leave your heart open. We're taking that gold light down our spine the rest of the way. It's going to split at our hips and go down both legs, out the bottom of our feet, down into Mother Earth. It wraps around the crystals of Mother Earth, comes back up our feet, up our legs, connects back at our spine, up our spine, all the way up our spine, out the top of our head, up to God's source, and then back down. So you're getting healing energy from God's source, earth, and crystals, and I'll send what healing energy comes through me from God's source. So sit back and relax, and I will send it now. All right, go ahead and take a deep breath in, hold it, and exhale. We're going to take that violet flame that was all around us, send it back up to God's source to transmute it. Go ahead and open your eyes, wiggle your fingers and your toes. That's what I have for today. Go do something you love. Do something that lifts you up, brings you joy. Every day do at least one thing. Or sing, dance, watch a movie, run around outside, whatever it is, do at least one thing every day that brings you joy. then do at least one thing of self-care every day. Drink tea, Epsom salt bath, pray, meditate. Do at least one of those every day. And then look for the good in everything. And when you see something in someone that stands out to you, say it to them, lift them up and lift you up. And then finally, write 10 things you're grateful for. Do this every day, and I promise you, you will see a difference in your life. All right, I love you all. Have a great day, and I will see you soon. Bye.